Let me finish the thought that I started going over the leaderboard, the hierarchy leaderboard. And you see it yourself. You know what's possible because you see other people doing it. The question for you is to believe that it's possible for you, right? And it's belief. Everything has to do with belief. You don't do what you don't believe in, right? If you don't believe in it, why do it? That's why the most ferocious soldiers, warriors, are the ones that believe in the cause that they're fighting for. They're willing to give their lives for the cause. Their why is so powerful. The reason for doing it is so powerful. They do anything to do it. They will die before not accomplishing what they want to accomplish, right? They're willing to give everything they got. Their why is big enough. And if you look at those numbers, that's purely a reflection of why those agents wanted to do that, why Junior wanted to do over 40,000, and then the belief that comes from the thing that he's doing. And how does he build his belief? Well, he goes to every hotspot meeting. Like you saw Jared Gonzalez, she runs the hotspot meeting in New Mexico. So she's got time to run the production, show up at one night a week at her hotspot meeting, like Junior does Orlando. And if he's traveling, he'll do the hotspot meeting in that area. But they're religious with going to hotspot meetings to get belief. Why? Because they need it. If the guys that are doing $40,000 a month issue paid need to go to a hotspot meeting, and you think you don't need to, well then I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, you're freaking insane. Like, you don't have something working mentally, because does that make sense? Like, you tell me you want to produce and make money, and then I tell you what the people are doing that are producing and making money, and then you say, well, except for that part, what else can I do? It's like, oh my gosh. I'm telling you, you want advice from me. Again, maybe this because maybe this is the way I am. Maybe that's why you don't listen to me. Familiarity breeds contempt. If I were someone else like Stephen Davies and I talked to you for the first time, you would probably listen. So pretend I'm someone else. Pretend I'm not in your upline. Pretend that you're hearing it for the first time. It's like, I know football season, NFL's coming up this tonight, I guess, starts, and then Sunday. And so I've been watching late at night, like midnight, 1 a.m. Hard Knocks with the Cleveland Browns. And so I'm getting a little bit into this intense coaching mode. I know this isn't a football team. I'm more of a Tony Dungy kind of guy, you know, but at the same time, you know, those guys, you know, they're fighting for a roster spot. I love that fight. It's like they know why they're there. They know what they want to accomplish. They're willing to do anything to get it. And then the coach is pushing them. So I need to push you more, maybe. I need to, like, you know. But anyway, getting back to the point, we know that people are doing it out there. So it's a simple formula. Do what the top people are doing. And quit fighting me. Quit fighting the system. Quit fighting what you know deep inside you, what you ought to do. See, a lot of the stuff I'm saying is something you know you ought to do it. But for some reason, either you're too old for that. Your neurons and synapses are not malleable like they were when you were younger. Like, I know, because I'm 57. I'll be 58 in October. The older I get, the harder I got to work to be malleable and be open to change. So I know where you're all coming from, because I are old. All right, so I know you got this dogmatic way of how you are, and and the reason why you just say you can't do it is because that's how I am. You resort to that's how I am. Well, that's how I am, Alex. I don't go to things. All right, then quit. Quit now! Quit now and save yourself the agony and pain of failure, because you're not doing what the successful people are doing. What in freaking God's green earth where that you think that you can buck the system to be different and expect to make the money you want and need to make. I don't know. It is incredulous to me that you would be thinking like that. Because remember the interview? How many times, I mean, shoot, Jim, how many times have I said, you got to follow what we're teaching? In my 19 years, I've never brought anyone on that tried it their way that made it. Everyone that tried it their way failed. Failed, failed. And actually, I say that more. The older you are when I interview you, I pound it hard. Like yesterday, I talked to a dude, been in insurance a long time, and man, I was yelling like at this level of my voice in a sarcastic, funny way, making this point. And like, I didn't care if he decided not to go with me. In my mind, I kind of hope he doesn't, right? Like, I'm serious. Like, don't join us. Don't do this. Why cause yourself frustration, pain, and suffering and time by coming into something where I explain to you what you need to do and you don't do it? See, I could cut you, but I don't. Because I pray to God every morning. I pray, Lord, give me the patience to give this person the room to grow so that they will figure it out and they'll make it. Right? So, so I'm smiling now because the angry Filipino that knows that you can be so much better than you are, I can quell that guy and come back to the smiley face guy that, hey, you'll be all right. Everything will be okay. That's what I love about Andy. He's taught me this, patience. He's taught me patience in that it's more important to keep our relationship than it is for me to tell you what you need to do. Alex, that seems kind of weird. No, that's how Andy works. If you go to Andy and go, dude, man, what do I need to fix? Man, I am so messed up. I'm not getting the results. Tell me what's wrong with me. He won't tell you. He wants to keep the relationship. He wants you to figure it out on your own because, number one, if you figure it out on your own, it'll stick better. And if you never figure out, then you'll just leave. But if you'll figure it out on your own, if you do the things he's mentioning, which is, hey, man, come to the hotspot meeting. Hey, man, come to Instant Thunder September 19th through the 21st down in the main campus. We're going to take you on tours. You get to see the lead facility. You're going to build your belief. And then you decide what to do. You can either come or not come. He's fired if you're there. He's fired up that you're there. He's not mad at you if you don't. He feels sorry for you like I do if you don't make it. Because that's just another opportunity for you to make the business work and to advance and accelerate your income, but you choose not to do the things that will advance and accelerate your income. I think it's like sooner is better than later. So he encourages you to come around things so that you're going to hear it and figure it out. Figure out the things that you're not doing, but you got to get around those people. So that's why he won't tell you what's wrong with you. I mean, it could be some very simple tweaks. In football, when they coach, they tell you you're blocking wrong. You need to create leverage. It's all about leverage. It's kind of that jiu-jitsu thing in the game of football, hapkido, actually, and how to gain leverage on your opponent when you're blocking, to move them out of the way or to stay in front of them, gaining leverage. And they tell you exactly what you're doing wrong, the techniques. And so, I mean, I teach you techniques on how to sell, teach you techniques on, et cetera, and I'll do that. But as far as like, what the heck's wrong with you? It's like, man. So I'm going to get off that because I don't want to alienate. Wow, I still have 21 people on the call. I didn't flush anybody, or yet I didn't have you self-flush. Anyway, so I'm done with that. I'm done ranting. I don't rant very much, but sometimes when I look at that leaderboard, the end of month, basically the end of month leaderboard, I say, golly, what happened? A lot of these people, man, you got so much in you. That's the thing. You got so much in you, man. I encourage you. And talk to me. Call me. If you got going through frustrations, call me early and often. I want to help. I really do. And you know me, one-on-one, I'm not going to be the insane guy. Well, let me think. Anyway, I know I won't be. But I want, know that it comes, and it comes from Andy too, that, we love you, want to help you. That's why we do this, because we want to help people. Like when I see Linda Holt, seeing her improve.